What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another electrifying episode of Lockdown 23 and 1. Today, we're going to be jumping into the courtroom once again to see a few people get sentenced. Some of them are going to get smoked, and some of them are going to get spared. But if you enjoy all things lockup and crime related, including courtroom sentencings, this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more lockup videos for you to start watching today. So for the first clip, we got Dale Massey, former mayor of Port Richey, Florida. He's going to be sentenced today for 3 charges: aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer with a firearm, weapons charges, and resisting arrest. Now, those aren't the original charges that the officers were going to his house for. Those stemmed after they were going to serve another warrant for practicing medicine without a license. Turns out that his medical license was revoked back in '92. It's what happened when they went to go serve this warrant that brought about the other charges. He ends up shooting at an officer when they start to breach the home. Keep in mind, this is Florida as well, so they got stand your ground laws. And that's key in this case, if you were to ask me.
Sheriff's officer, search warrant, come to the door!
Now, as they're knocking on the doors to go into the house, you see this officer in the bottom right corner. He's the sergeant. And he's also going to be the one to speak his mind about this whole situation in the courtroom.
Sheriff's office, search warrant! Sheriff's office, search warrant, come to the door!
Now, immediately after they opened up that door, Mr. Dale shoots 2 shots. I'm not going to show the shots, even though it doesn't really show too much of anything. Now, this is what really trips me out, is everything that takes place after the fact. If I were to guess, it's because he used to be the mayor, and all the officers knew this before they even showed up to the scene.
The window!
Dale, put that gun down. Put the gun down and come down the stairs.
Walk toward me, guys. Come on, nice and easy. Take the light off him for a second. All right, walk toward my voice, guys. I'm right here.
Over here. Right here.
Now, after shooting at the officers 2 times, he comes out to the porch with his gun out. A lot of people are going to say, man, if it was anyone else, they would have opened fire. But keep in mind, he has a bystander next to him, which is his girlfriend. Cops can't just say collateral damage anytime they want, right? Also, the last thing they want to deal with, even if it was justified, is the tabloids saying that the Florida police just gunned down a former Florida mayor. Picture that. Yeah, they ain't trying to go down that road. But him coming out with the gun and stuff, believe it or not, if you were to ask me, is going to help him with his defense. I'll explain here momentarily.
Walk toward me, guys. Come on, nice and easy. Take the light off him for a second. All right, walk toward my voice, guys. I'm right here.
Over here.
Do you have a seat right here on the back of the bus? Sit down.
This is key.
Why don't you knock on the door and let us know what's happening?
Why don't you knock on the door and let us know what's happening? By him saying that is definitely going to help him in his defense case because, you know, like I said, Florida got the stand your ground law. And let's say he was in bed half drunk or whatever and he didn't hear all the knocks. He only heard the last one and they started breaching at that moment. Yeah, that could be a great defense in court to think that it was maybe possibly a robber or someone trying to do a home invasion. Now, his initial charges was 5 attempted homicides, probably for each officer that was on the porch. But this happened a couple years ago when the pandemic was in full effect. And that means court cases were backed up dramatically. So he got what a lot of other people were getting as well, a plea deal. And it's probably, possibly the best plea deal I've ever heard in my life. The deal was for him to plead guilty to lesser charges and be sentenced to a 3-year cap. He already did 2 waiting for the court process. And a little 10 months of probation for shooting at 5 SWAT team officers. I feel like the doctor's laughing at all of us. Let's see what the sergeant has to say about this sweet plea deal.
I started suffering from anxiety and stress caused by it. To have to go home and tell my family after 20 years in law enforcement that I almost died because a politician decided that it was more important to shoot the first cop that came to arrest him than to lawfully surrender. The fact that we're here entertaining a plea deal in a case where the defendant is accused of intentionally shooting a firearm at law enforcement officers during the execution of a search warrant is disgusting. Mr. Mossad has clearly exploited the worst flaw in the criminal justice system, and that's that money and political influence buys you freedom if you're rich.
Watch your words, my friend. Watch your words. You're in a court of law. Nah, I'm just playing. He's speaking the truth, right? The biggest flaw in the court systems is if you're rich and powerful, you can get a little slap on the wrist. Look, that happens quite a bit, very often, yeah. But some higher ups do be getting smoked. I see it on a regular basis as well. I look at it like this, man. Just like Walmart, calculates into their budget all the theft that might come that year. Every part of life, even the courtroom, doesn't matter where you're at, is going to have some flaws to it. No matter how much you try to fix these flaws, there's going to be another one that arises the next week. No system's perfect, that's for sure, but this is definitely a sham. If I was in this guy's shoes, no plea deal would have been given. I would have been doing life for 5 attempted homicides on a police officer, regardless if there's a stand your ground law in that damn state. You've seen how many times they knocked on the door, they had lights jumping and everything. How do you not see red and blue lights in all those mansion windows?
He is a true psychopath that lacks guilt, remorse, empathy. He's dishonest, he's a narcissist, and he has no conscience.
Wow. Now what do you think the judge is going to say about the sergeant's remarks in the courtroom? Is she going to agree or agree to disagree?
For the record, I just want to make sure that it's clear that this was a plea agreement and the court had nothing to do with this, because if I did, I have to agree with the sergeant that Mr. Massett is getting quite a deal.
This is out of the court's control. Look, prosecution is key in every case, if you're to ask me. People always want to write letters to judges and stuff when they're about to get sentenced, and which is good, but at the same time, I think people need to be writing letters to that prosecutor. This is how my letter would start. First off, let me start by saying your hair looked amazing the other day in the courtroom. But I'm completely innocent of this crime, ma'am. You gotta show some leniency. I'm gonna be doing time for something I didn't even do. Nah, but for real, the prosecutors always scared me a lot more than the judge. It seems like every last one of them came in there trying to fry me. I think I had PTSD from it as well, because I ended up hiring the guy that used to be the prosecutor that sent me to prison. He opened up his own law firm, and I thought I was beating the system by getting the ex-prosecutor. Looking back at it, I think it could have went both ways. Now, to make it even sweeter of a deal, remember the initial charges of practicing medicine without a license? Yeah, he got 3 years for that too, but they're all ran concurrent. Concurrent means you could have 40 charges. But if the max on one of those charges is 3 years, then that's all you got to do out of the 40, because they're all put together as one. Hearing consecutive in the courtroom is what you don't want to hear. You're going to have to do one life sentence, come back to life, and do another one. Or do 5 years and then do another 20 that you were sentenced for the other crime. So Mr. Dale here was definitely blessed. Let me know in the comments section what you think about this case. Did he get spared? Was justice served? Next up, we're going to be jumping into a Zoom conference court hearing. And it seems like 2 people are not showing up on time, and the judge does not have time for that.
OCOK, do you wish to turn on your microphone and your camera?
I don't know exactly what OCOK means, but they're running late.
You wish to turn on your microphone now?
Do you wish to turn on your microphone? I mean, I think she's trying to wish to.
OCOK, I need you to turn on your microphone and be ready for court. Your microphone is not turned on.
So they could probably hear him. Look, I've done every last one of my over 100 interviews. Check out the playlist if you ain't done so already. But I did them with Zoom, right? So I know the issues that can come about. And even me, personally, when I'm ready for the interview, I have some technical problems. Don't know why everything's set up exactly how it's supposed to be. Sometimes stuff hits a fan, right? But I like to put myself in everybody's shoes, who knows? This could be a normal issue with these individuals, and the judge has just had enough. Ain't no germs cutting these corners.
OCOK, I need you to turn your microphone on. OCOK, your microphone is still not turned on. Stop moving the phone around and turn your microphone on.
Mm-hmm.
I've sent you several messages through Zoom asking you to unmute.
He's definitely getting flustered now. What you gonna do about this, Your Honor? You can't let this fly.
And people wonder why government bureaucracy has such a low approval rating.
That's right.
Judge, I sent a text message to the OCOK, Ms. Thomas, and she said they're having trouble unmuting.
Well, they need to figure it out very quickly. Judge Porter is out of patience.
Ooh.
I'll let them know that, Judge.
They're definitely waiting a long time, though. That's for sure.
What I've advised them to do is to sign out and come back in.
Yeah, delete the whole mainframe and download it and come back in. Buy a new computer. How about that? Cell phone. Yeah, I'm getting a little mad too now, Your Honor. I see where the judgment's coming from. I apologize. I can smell the smoke train coming. Mr. Porter, man, he's at his last straw. Oh, man, she came back again with no mic.
Can you hear me, OCOK?
Judge? Okay.
I keep hiding her face.
She had her microphone turned on and then she turned it off again.
Yeah. How much longer? How much longer are you going to stand for this, Mr. Porter? Your Honor? I apologize, Your Honor.
Judge, as an attorney, can they call in?
Yes.
Okay.
If it wasn't for a late affair, it would have been very bad. Man, oh man. Getting itchy.
Judge, what will be that number they're calling?
Getting itchy in that pro mask.
Mr. Crawl, can they call you?
They can't even get the camera angle right.
Yes, sir. I'll call right now. Your Honor, I have him on the phone and I have him on speakerphone.
All right. OCOK, what are your names?
Regina Thomas, courtesy worker. I do apologize.
Regina, what is your last name? I didn't catch that.
Thomas.
It's Thomas.
You know for a fact when a judge starts taking names, it's for a reason.
Is there anybody else on the call with you?
Yes, my supervisor.
What is your supervisor's name?
Keisha Wickerson.
Can you spell that first name?
Tikishia.
Okay. Can you tell me why y'all were 93 minutes late getting to court? This proceeding was to start at 1:30. You're 93 minutes late. Can you explain why?
We were trying to log on. And
Not very hard.
Touche.
okay, this is the supervisor. We have been here in the office trying to get on as of 1:30. We both are having technical difficulties. We have two computers, laptops that are not functioning properly for some reason. It's circling saying, please wait for the host to start this meeting. The cell phones are not acting correctly. I do apologize. We know that we are supposed to be on time for a court hearing. We have really tried.
If something was circling for 93 minutes saying it's waiting for the host to start the hearing, wouldn't you think that that meant you were in the wrong Zoom meeting? All right, hearing no explanation, the court will enter a finding of contempt against Regina Thomas and Takesha Wilkerson. I will assess each of you a fine of $180 apiece. That is $2 per minute that you were late to court. I expect you to be present in the court before 5 o'clock this afternoon with checks made out payable to the registry of the court. If you do not appear in person before 5 o'clock this afternoon with checks made payable to the registry of the court, I will issue warrants for your arrest for criminal contempt of court.
As the great movie Friday would say, damn! I ain't never seen someone get smoked so bad for being late. Someone's got to pay for these crimes. $180 will do. But that's a wrap. Hopefully you enjoyed these 2 courtroom clips as much as I did, and hopefully learned a few things along the way. And stay tuned, I do have a fresh interview coming y'all's way in the next couple days. But I gotta go. If you can't tell, I'm still a little bit congested. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I salute every last one who's been supporting me since the beginning, and everybody who's just now joining the lockdown compound. Y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.